Welcome back, everyone. I'm Graham.
I'm Nick,
and we're the Wise Dude Podcast.
We're Sleeveless Jacket.
All right. Welcome back, Sleeveless Jacket. So you've got an album lined up. How does that feel?
I'm excited for it being released. These are some songs I've written for a long time, and I've always just had demos of, and to finally hear them as a finished product is really cool, and I'm really proud of the work I've done.
So when is it going to be released, or when is the general time frame?
We believe it will be released around late May.
Yep.
Is everything recorded already, or you just...
Yeah, pretty much. Everything's recorded already. It's through the LP project that we're doing with Mr. Gemkow this year. So
awesome.
whenever everyone's done with them, I guess, and at the end of the year it'll be released.
So tell us about the song that you released onto the York Album Project and why you chose it.
Okay, so the song is called Get Away, and it's one of our shortest ones. I think it's the shortest one that we have on the project. But I think we chose the song because I think it's just the most okay, well, it's not the best. No. Wait, no. Let me rephrase that. It is really good. I really like the song. I'm not saying it's the best one, but I'm saying it's the most fun, I believe. It's the most upbeat, and that's why I think we chose it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's writing that song. I just wanted a song that was fun to play, and I didn't want to hog up a lot of space on the album project because the other songs are all pretty long, and I knew that would be really fun live, and we'd have a lot of fun doing it.
Yep.
So is that the song that you played live on last Saturday at the York Album Project release party at Fitz's?
Yes.
Yes, we played that, and we played another song that's going to be on our album called Reassured, and we also played a cover. Yeah.
What was the cover?
Yeah, what was the cover?
Was it that one artist that you like a lot? Or no?
It's Torn. You might know.
Yeah.
Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
Okay.
Yeah, we did the original version of it.
So what was your main concept or theme or message of the album? Why did you release it?
Well, it's not really a concept album like Dark Side of the Moon or something like that. It's more of just, hey, I have these songs, I just want to put them together on an album. I think a lot of them are at least thematically similar in a way, but they're not interconnected or anything.
So are you the main songwriter, or do you have help from your bandmates in writing, or just performing?
Well, first, I am primarily the main songwriter. Maya also writes some of her songs. But I find it's kind of hard to collaborate with other people on songs because a lot of times songs need a deep meaning just from one person, and when you have to have it come from two different people, you can't really have no one can really have that same shared experience.
It's that one personal touch that you can't share.
So it kind of loses some of the meaning when I try it. It's not that it can't be done, just it's something that I'm not really used to.
So you're saying that the album is definitely more about the lyrics than the music, would you say? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'd say it's an equal balance, really.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more about your musical style, too. I've noticed a lot of piano. Is that a common theme? Do you play a lot of piano on your music in the studio?
No, I don't think there really is any piano in this album. Yeah, you're surprised?
I am surprised, actually, because last time you were playing so you like to play the piano, right? Or is that something you're trying to learn?
I do like to play the piano, but it's mostly the instrumentation is drums, guitar, bass, vocals, kind of like a typical rock instrumentation.
Yeah, but that's not what happened last Saturday, though.
Okay. That is true.
So what happened last Saturday? Did you...
Okay, let's talk about that. That's something.
We just finished our set, and the audience is just roaring for more. We
were the very last band
yeah,
to
we
play
were
the
we were
night.
the
Wow.
It was
And
a rush.
On an encore.
we
Yeah.
decided we wanted to just do an extra song. It was going to be the last York performance. So we whipped out Between Its Teeth, our song on the album project of last year. And very early into the song, before the vocals even began, my guitar amp just, well, it wasn't mine personally, but it
The
just
one you were
stopped
using.
working.
That is terrible.
And I felt really bad for Chris Rieger, the person whose amp that was.
I know Chris. Yeah.
But for like half the song, I was trying to figure out how to get it back on, and I had Chris himself come up, LJ Delgado.
While the song's
Galdo.
still being played.
So in the
And
background,
then-
like with
yeah.
just bass and like drums or whatever, and
We had the other guitar,
So,
and it was just not working.
But
So I decided I passed my guitar into the audience, and then when the chorus hit, I just sang my harmonies guitarless, as Maya was the main singer on that song. And then a little bit later, it goes into like a breakdown section, and then in the corner of my eye, I notice there's a piano on the stage, and it is on. And I think I have messed with playing this song on piano before, so I decided I sat down on the piano and started playing my part, the guitar part, but just on the piano. And I think that was a moment.
a good
Def-
moment.
Yeah, and I finished the song like that. It was pretty cool.
it was very epic.
It actually worked out. Like,
Yeah.
was that something you'll remember for a long time? Like how your amp broke, but then you switched to piano. That is pretty cool. So
So Austin and Maya, provided that given that you're seniors, how are you approaching like your next step in your musical career? And since Brock was a sophomore, that you'll be parting ways.
Well, I mean, both Austin and I are going to college for music, so I think we're going to be able to take everything that we've learned from our experiences here, and I think we've learned a lot from performing, and thanks to Mr. Gemkow, and then for me, thanks to Mr. Oswald too, because I'm also a part of orchestra, so we can take everything that we've learned from York and continue it in our studies and hopefully form other bands and do really cool stuff in the future.
Mhm.
It's great. It's great.
To elaborate, Maya is going to Indiana University for audio engineering.
Nice.
A very selective major.
oh wow.
And Austin is going to the University of Southern California,
prestigious.
which is a
Wow.
very selective school for commercial music,
Popular
music, bass guitar.
Very good school, I've heard.
And
Wow,
it's
that's
in
impressive.
California,
So,
which is awesome.
do you plan to get back together with the band over the summer? Kind of thing. Have you looked into the future that way?
Well,
'Cause I know.
we do have a show coming up over the summer, like right after school, right after we get out with Chris Rieger, who he's like kind of organizing the show. So that's our first gig over the summer.
May 24th.
So where can we find more information about this? Do you have any social media or anything like that?
Oh, you just so happened to ask. Yes, we do. We are on Instagram at Sleeveless Jacket, on Facebook, and our email is linked on both of those platforms as well.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So regarding the release of your new album, how are you approaching your concept art and all the other non-musical parts of the album?
Sure. I've asked a friend of mine who's in AP Art right now to help us in designing an album cover, which is cool because that's just, I mean, who doesn't love a good album cover? That says a lot about the album itself. I think people say don't judge a book by its cover, but who doesn't, right?
Right.
So you want to make sure it's good. But I feel like other than that, it's kind of, I think that's the craziest thing that we've had to do is having to reach out and ask someone who's not even involved in it at all for their artistic input on something. But I think that's about it because the rest is us. I mean, Austin's been mixing,
Right.
doing everything. So
So where's the album going to be released? Is it going to be on like Bandcamp or Spotify, YouTube? How can we access the album?
I think it's going to be on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music.
So is
It'll
it
be
being
all over,
released
right?
somehow in conjunction with the school or just on your own? How's that working out?
It'll be released under the name Sleeveless Jacket.
Okay.
It's just the way that's released through the school is just Mr. Gemkow's helping us publishing it, and you should also check out the other artists who are doing the LP project with Mr. Gemkow.
It's like Kate Gerke and Tanya Guerrero, Maggie Quick, Ben Pavlik, Bridie Costello.
And that's already released, right?
Those are all coming out at whenever people decide they're ready to come out. I don't know if anyone's actually released.
So in the past,
yet.
wasn't the album project released at the same time under one like thing on Spotify? Is that how it worked?
Right.
Or has it changed?
This is separate from that.
It's a separate.
Yeah. So the
changed.
album project is one like conglomerate piece of art that's anyone who wants to can contribute one song to this giant album, and then the LP project is something that you could have chosen to be a part of at the beginning of the year, where each individual or each group is creating their own album, and then they can put it out and release it whenever they want.
So this is kind of inspired by maybe the EP project for Music Production 3, where each individual releases an EP.
Yeah.
So now each band is releasing an LP.
Very similar.
I did not know about that, so that's good to know. Is that something that do you think is going to be continuing in the future? Is it part of a class or just with Amateur Musicians Club?
This is the first year that Mr. Gemkow has had this idea to even do this. I think for sure it's going to continue in the future because, I mean, just looking to expand the program, it's incredible, and being able to inspire kids to create an entire album of art instead of just writing a couple songs. I mean, writing songs is fantastic, but then pushing yourself to really work hard and create something complete, basically, as an album. I think that's something, at least I hope it'll be continued because I think it's really incredible.
Thank you so much, Sleeveless Jacket.
Thank you so much.
you
We wish
for
you
having
good
us.
luck
Yeah.
on your album and any future performances.
Yes.
Thank
And also,
you.
listeners, make sure to check out their social media and keep an eye out for when their album is released. Hopefully, May 24th, you said. So keep an eye out on that.
Yeah.
And we'll try to link it in the description of the podcast, maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks
It's been a
so much.
pleasure. Thank you. Goodbye.
See ya.
I wanted the first 4 years actually we had the release party at Shuba's. I wanted the first one specifically to be at Shuba's because I wanted the release party to be at a professional venue where an artist actually would have a release party, which would be Shuba's, which is a legendary Chicago venue for tons of different performers that come through town. So it was really successful. A lot of people came out. Couldn't have gone better. And the next year we did the same thing, and everybody said, "Yeah, let's do it again at Shuba's," because I threw it out there just to see if anybody wanted to do it in Elmhurst at Fitz's, and everybody said, "No, let's do it at Shuba's again." And the second year was almost like magical. I think Austin was there. I think you were there. Yeah, that was all planned out. I think that group, the Acrylics, performed in that performance. So that was 2016, and something was just in the air in that particular afternoon. Tons of people showed up. It was just an incredible afternoon music. It's a special event, and then the magic kind of dissipated the next 2 years. Like, so it just became a show in the afternoon, and I think the weather has a lot to do with it. If it's a beautiful day, people are going to come out in the afternoon. It's the first nice weekend of the year, and people have been trapped inside, and they're not going to come in to a venue inside to see a show. So after the last year, I just decided we needed to put it in Elmhurst to see if more people would come out. Not just to get more people to come out, but to demonstrate this is something that people will come and be part of because it's important. And people are, I wanted to see if it was important to them too. And I think they showed in great numbers. They came out on last Saturday night and demonstrated that it's a pretty cool event that should be in Elmhurst and also should be at night. I think having the event at night also increases the chances of somebody committing to coming out because, again, beautiful day, you don't want to go inside, but at night you've had the chance to enjoy a nice May Saturday and then go support all this great live music, this great original music being written. So that's how we ended up back at Fitz's, and I'm sure we'll do it again in Elmhurst next year. And maybe when the ECPA has their venue ready in the next however many years, we'll do it there.
Oh, like the new the thing in downtown Elmhurst that they're building.
Yeah.
That is a big project actually. Right, they're knocking down a couple buildings like Red Dragon.
It's a huge
I think.
project.
Yeah.
Years in the making, but that's the story of the release party right there. These guys have been a huge part of it for at least 3, almost 4 years, really.
Wow. Thanks so much for the
Thank you very much.